If you want to know how to train for a 50K
when life gets busy
or you're working a 9 to 5, then keep watching. Welcome back to Between Miles. Today we're going to talk about how to train for a 50K or a big goal, whatever that may be for you. When life gets busy, when you're maybe working a 9 to 5, maybe when you're having other big life events happening.
like a wedding.
like myself.
Or you've got kids.
Yeah, there can be so many reasons why life gets busy, and it might be really hard to get the miles in that you might need when you're training for something slightly bigger.
Yeah.
So that will be the topic of today. Personally, I've never worked a very traditional 9 to 5. My last job was remote for an American company with a lot of flexible hours.
Yeah.
I could just choose when to work, so that was always a little bit easier, but obviously
still busy.
Yeah, you can go through really busy seasons, really busy weeks where there's barely any time. So I will pull some from that. I will also explain neat how I'm doing it now while planning a wedding. Well, my wedding is literally in 1 week as we're recording this.
I still need my shoes.
Oh my god. Better get on to that. And Liz, obviously you worked 9 to 5 both in the city, in the office, as well as now while living in sunny Portugal.
Yes.
So maybe we can start there, because I think for most people the traditional 9 to 5 is the most relatable.
Yeah.
And that might also compare the best to, well, I guess having kids is very different, but because that is less scheduled, but still.
Yeah, I'm convinced once you have kids, you become really great at sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
That's why all those good ultra runners have kids. But yeah.
How did you, I guess you started running your first ultras and 50Ks while you were still in London.
Yeah.
Working the 9 to 5 there. How did you manage to basically build in your training in your busy day-to-day life?
Yeah, one, it's super hard if you're in a big city to do that sort of training for an ultra if you're doing trail, because you're mainly on road.
Yeah.
So that's one that's hard. But
because that would mean that you would have to plan days out.
Exactly, you've got to plan at the weekends to try and find trail. So for me, I didn't prioritize that. I prioritized getting in the miles.
Yeah.
You can't, I think, if you've got a busy schedule, you're working 9 to 5, you're going into the office, you've got to choose your priorities.
Yeah.
You can't be like,
you have to pick your
can do the perfect training.
Yeah.
I can do trails, I can do, time on feet, I can do all of it. So for me, it was prioritizing those miles, because I knew that's what I needed the most sort of training in. And the best thing is running to work.
Okay.
If you have the ability to run to work, and we had a shower at our office.
Yeah.
So we were lucky with that, but I'd also sometimes run to the gym.
Yeah.
Super early. I was getting up at like 3:30, 4. So I could do a 15K run to the gym. And then sometimes I'd do the gym and then start work. So I did an hour in the gym. Or I would...
if that's the only option, then you have a shower at the gym, I guess. And if the gym is close to your work...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That also means I could get strength training in. Or I'd run to a park near work, then do more running, then start work. I'd also do 5Ks on my lunch break, which is a great way to just add in a bit more mileage.
Yeah. So then you would do doubles.
Yeah. I do a lot of double days when I was in the office. I was very lucky in that I only had to go to the office 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
So
it was already a bit hybrid.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So obviously my commute was about an hour on the train, on the underground. But if you run, it's only like an hour and 20. So
it's a good run.
Especially in like big cities of London, or where you've got the underground or traffic, actually running there is probably not that much longer.
Yeah. I think for many people this might be a question. How did you bring all your stuff?
Yeah, so with it being hybrid, I would take a big backpack. So I was, without even sort of planning, I was training well for multi-days or ultras where you need a lot of kit with you.
Like carrying extra weight.
Yeah, so I'd run with my huge laptop, my makeup, you know, my work clothes, everything in a big backpack.
What do you have a recommendation for the backpack there? Because I can imagine people in cities are like, okay, I would love that, but I've only found things that swing around way too much. Or
yeah, so at the time I didn't use one that had a laptop bag in it. I used a Patagonia 18 litre, just because I find that hydration vests fit better than anything with a laptop. But I have actually recently got one from Janji that has a laptop sleeve in it.
oh, there you go.
And it's 18 litres.
Okay.
So maybe that is the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very lucky now not to have to run with a laptop in my bag.
Those days are over.
Yeah. But that's definitely one way. Squeezing it in when you can. And I mean, obviously we don't run to work, but we run to the track.
Yeah.
Which I think is a great way of getting in those miles.
Yeah. Yeah, so we have a track about at an hour's distance on a chill pace.
Yeah.
So we often run back from the track and sometimes also to the track.
Yeah.
Which indeed is a really good way to add extra miles during the week because you're going there anyway.
Yeah.
So
good way to get easy pace in.
So I guess the main tips there are run to work or run to the gym if you can.
Yeah, make those your easy runs. Just log those miles, especially if it is you're training for like a 50k or something that needs those like distances.
Yeah.
It's just finding that time, isn't it? It's so hard.
Yeah, and I guess like, you know, in a city, maybe you're able to run quite a bit, like cover quite a bit of distance running to work.
Yeah.
If you live in a smaller city, or maybe you live close to work,
yeah,
you might be like, well, that's not going to get me much. But here, for example, where we live, I run to our outdoor strength training. It's about 1.5k.
Yeah.
But that adds up in the week.
Yeah.
It's an extra 10. Sometimes I add a little extra loop, and all of a sudden you're at like, what is it, an extra 12 per week.
Yeah.
And that's a whole extra easy run.
Yeah, and that's also for those, you know, maybe more beginners or someone that hasn't done an ultra before.
Yeah.
If you know you could do a 40-minute walk.
Yeah.
Maybe get off the tube early. Maybe do that walking. It's not that you have to run.
It'd be more on your feet.
Yeah, and if you don't have a shower and you're like, oh, you know, I can't really do that. You can always do a longer walk.
Yeah.
Get off tube stops early, because we all know walking in ultras is always going to be there.
Yeah.
It's always great to just understand that time on feet and getting it in. So there's ways you can modify to suit your schedule.
Yeah, and I think it's also starting to run at times that maybe you find a little bit discomforting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't love running in the evening.
No.
But here we've started to do it. One, sometimes it's too hot to go out earlier.
Yeah.
And two, sometimes it was just not possible with our schedules. Doing that though, getting more used to running at different times, opens you up to more flexibility in your schedule.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. And then you mentioned doing doubles.
Yes.
So that's something I started doing over the last half year. How would you usually do them?
So I usually use them as easy runs. I know some people will do like a track workout and then do an easy run that same day.
Yeah.
I tend to rather enjoy splitting up the longer runs.
Yeah.
So say you've got a full marathon or a 40k on the cards.
Yeah.
Something big at the weekend. And you're like, I just cannot fit that into my schedule at all.
Yeah.
You know, you have life, you have a kid's birthday.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't do it. That might be 5 hours of your day. So what I tend to do is split it up, and I'll do it on a work day instead of at the weekend. And so say Thursday going into the office, I do a 15k into work and then a 5k just before I start work on that same run.
Yeah.
And then I'll either run home, or sometimes I take an extended lunch break.
So it's
do a little extra.
Like a triple.
Exactly. So I really just split it up, and for me that works absolutely fine. If it's an easy run, you're not splitting up, you know, fast miles or interfering with anything.
Yeah.
That really doesn't affect if you're doing it all as one run, obviously it's great to practice all as one run, but it can also leave you more fatigued. It might take you longer to recover. You know, if that's a mental stress as well, being like, you're constantly thinking about, oh, I've got to do 40k as my biggest run.
Yeah.
That also takes a toll. So splitting it up and doing it on the same day really doesn't have that impact.
What I've found is when you split it up, like some days I've tried this and I really struggled with, say, the second run.
Yeah.
What really helps me there is to go out alone first, like the first one of the day.
Yeah.
And then the second one, run it with somebody else.
Yeah.
Because that way you've committed to it.
Yeah.
And you can't really bail.
No.
You can, but that's not nice.
Yeah.
So, like saying to somebody else that you will do a run with them, being short, definitely helps.
And also it's a good way to like, you know, you think, you just have to switch your mindset of like, oh, I've got to do another run.
Yeah.
Whereas you think of it as like, oh, I've only got to do 10k, that's so short.
Yeah.
And then you go, oh, then I'll just do another one later. You just think, oh, that's just a little short run.
Yeah.
So you think of it as 2 short runs.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, I've got to go out again.
Yeah.
Just switching that mindset.
Yeah. Do you have any other tips around running when life gets really busy, or maybe throws things in your schedule that were, you know, unforeseen?
Yeah, I think it's removing that stress. I think that's really key. I think you can put a lot of stress on, oh, I didn't do enough miles this week, or oh, I missed a schedule. It's almost like allowing
for flexibility.
Exactly. Like I very much move my schedule around. Obviously we have track on certain days, but if you're not feeling that good, don't push it. It's going to ruin the rest of your week. Or if you're ill.
Yeah, don't try to stick too hard, I think, to the mileage.
Exactly.
I think important, but if the week just doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah, obviously we need to reassess if that's every single week.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But I think one of the biggest things to take away is that it will change. And you know, if you get yourself down about 1 week, or you get in that mentality of like, well, I ruined it this week, so it's not going to be a good training week, all those miles log up. And although that's not a way of getting extra like miles in a busy week, it's understanding the busy weeks will happen.
Yeah, and then next week you can try again, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's totally okay to move around during the week as well. Like I look at my schedule pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And I go like, can I do that this week? Can I not? And if I can't, I see if I can move it to the next week. But if the next week is already really busy as well, I just leave it.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're probably building fitness in another way. And this is something I think, this was mentioned in one of our comments. Like if you're working 9 to 5, you're also doing cross training, and you want to run the mileage, I think the best tip is indeed try to run to the gym.
Yeah.
Try to run back. See where you can slot it in during the week. Try to get those extra miles where it feels easy. Keep them also easy, because otherwise it's really, really simple to put way too much, way too much on your body.
Yeah.
You know, and that can lead to injuries. So
yeah, and I guess that's
simple.
That's like sort of, you could comment on planning this wedding. Like, have you found like certain things you've got to prioritize, like in life?
Yeah.
Are you able to?
Oh, I had to. Like last week, I was traveling for our official ceremony.
Yeah. Because you are officially married, aren't you?
I am officially married. Yeah.
Off the market.
And I couldn't run as much.
Yeah.
I thought I would be able to, but in the end, no way. Like I had planned in my head to do about 40k.
Yeah.
I did 16 in the 3 days.
Yeah.
But I realized, you know, my family and my partner there were so much more important.
Yeah.
Like, am I gonna really regret not having run more?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not at all. 80-year-old self is going to hate if I missed a special moment because I wanted to run.
Yeah.
So it's also just being okay with things and accepting it.
Yeah. So actually reduce your stress.
Yeah.
And overall help your running.
For sure. And you know that like the week after, you know, so like last week I almost an accidental deload week.
Yeah.
This week, I'm having my biggest week yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's you always have next week.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I think this wraps up a lot of it.
I think it does.
Obviously, if you work remote like we do right now, it's a little bit easier because you have a bit more flexibility often.
Yeah.
So yeah, like just try to work with your schedule.
Yeah.
And find friends that want to run.
Yeah, always helps. But there's always time to run. It just means a lot more planning, I think.
Yeah.
And a lot more.
Yeah, you might have to say no sometimes as well.
Yeah.
If this really matters to you, yeah, you got to prioritize it on your schedule.
Yeah, I mean, I never went to the pub on Thursday with everyone in the office.
Exactly.
Not that I'm a pub goer, but
it's still, yeah.
You know, they're things that people might not say no to.
Yeah.
So you have to. But yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right, if you guys need any more advice, have any specific questions, leave them in the comments. We reply to every comment. And yeah, good luck with your training.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.